Shabbat Shalom, Akim wa Akwaf. I want to start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua Ba'Shem, Kakwadash. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles of the great millstone who well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And it's getting pretty thick. Um, for those of you that don't know, you got a deployment of military troops that are currently stationed in DC following that whole staged uh event that took place at Capitol Hill this past week, and as a result, now you have troops out there, and we all know that the elites go by the mantra of "Order ab chaos," which is basically order out of chaos, and that was the goal that was intended for the situation that happened in the DC, and now you got this happening. Now I uploaded this last night. It was just a minute clip of Edomite driving through DC and seeing, this military convoy, storming the Capitol. All right. Now here's another clip, and this is on a brand new tube. All right, of more troops. All right, with their military gear, vehicles, and we know that they're gearing up for something. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll play this clip. All right, and then we'll get into it. All right, basically what you see happening is it's another potential conflict of war that might take place within the country, because we know that there is supposed to be a transition of power in which Trump is supposed to leave the White House so that Biden can be inaugurated in. But word is going around from insiders that Trump is actually trying to keep himself in position of power, and he's um signed the Insurrection Act, and based on that act that he signed, he has the military deployed out, and there's getting ready to be a massive seizure or arrest of a lot of different politicians and elected officials who allegedly, according to evidence that was seized in these laptops that they actually went in and took out of the Capitol Hill, that implicates these said individuals in sex trafficking and other criminal offenses allegedly. So they're saying that the reason why the military is being deployed is because leading up to the day of the so-called inauguration, there's going to be arrest going on, and this is supposed to be allegedly some kind of ace of spades that Trump had under his sleeve that he's releasing. That he was sitting on this royal flush, the entire time. You know, he's letting all this stuff about the voter fraud controversy. It ain't even about that. So allegedly that's what this is about, but we don't know for sure. But it can very well also be that it could be another event, from the opposition to start another conflict, that can lead to a massive arrest, a massive death, injuries, so on and so forth. All right, so basically, it's inevitable that there's going to be war in the street, which is their reason for having these troops stationed right there in the Capitol, man, boots on ground. All right, and as it is written, let me get this real quick. Revelation 12:12, and it says, "Therefore rejoice, you heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, great anger because he knoweth that he have but a short time. See, and it's a lot of psyops that are being ran upon the minds of the people, and as long as the top have the minds of the people, they can just go on behind the scenes and completing their proper steps, towards their new world order. All right, you're worrying about false flag attacks going on. You got to worry about domestic terrorism. You got to worry about this boogeyman virus. All right, this whole election thing now. This the Capitol Hill. This so-called attempted coup at the Capitol Hill. These are all distractions, man. The devil he's coming down, man. He's making moves. And if this is allegedly true that Trump is doing this to take down these criminal politicians and elected officials, that still doesn't mean that the New World Order doesn't continue. Because Trump, he's a puppet. He's an NWO puppet as well. They all are working for the same team. All right, and this is going to become the new norm where you're going to normally see troops, all right, boots on ground. All right. So those of you that are subscribed, I'm pretty sure you already didn't seen this clip that I uploaded last night. Now here's the one on brand new tube, and then I want to go to this dude right here, Israeli News Live, where he actually talks about Trump's plan of action. All right, and there's different videos circulating around about this whole situation. All right, that they had to remove Trump out of D.C. and he had to go to Camp David and hide out. There's about to be some major shit going on. All right. But I'll play this one real quick so you can see it.
You got put a gun on that son of a bitch.
Oh my God, there's more. At the truck stop. Oh my God, Dan. Freaking me out. There's more people on the ground. Should we be worried because we're doing something I don't know what to do?
So as you can see, they're moving in, and it could be for numerous reasons why they're being deployed. We know that Trump, he had vowed to administer those inoculations, with the army. That could be another reason why they're there. But this being in D.C., it just might show that they're expecting more conflict to happen over there leading up to the inauguration day. All right, so this can very well be Trump implementing the Insurrection Act that a lot of people didn't know that he signed. All right, so you're gonna see troops, and the scriptures talk about the enemy coming in like a flood. That's Isaiah the 59th chapter. Okay, so now that you see that, now I'm gonna let this Edomite right here, all right, and he's gonna explain to you, what's going on. So without further ado, let's play the video.
Actually, I'd asked about this particular video, period. Yeah, here we go right here. And the information that was shared with me here, as you can see, about the trip to Texas. Trump did go to Texas directly after his speech at the rally before returning to the White House early Friday, at which point he went to Camp David and is still there. Now, that was still there as of earlier this morning, I should say, because I actually got this email probably about 5:30 in the morning. He also is because in the video they talk about the laptops. He said, I have confirmed that several laptops, including Pelosi's laptop, was illegally seized while the acquisition of laptops have been confirmed. That several laptops, including, seized.
And you can only imagine what's on those laptops, man. You know, all type of emails, encoded emails, with all these different higher ups speaking in code to each other concerning, you know, the perverted filth that they're involved with. You know, the deviancy. You know, the children molestation and sex trafficking. You know, all type of shit, man. That they are discovering in those laptops. That's where they keep all their dirt, and that's why it tells you in let me get it real quick. This is what Yahweh Shai said. All the dirt is coming out on this devil. All right, so you know you can see, you know, with the fact that, you know, the media, big tech, then turned on Trump and they censoring them. You know, they knocked him off of Twitter and other social media platforms, and he's just sitting in the background, like just taking it all. And they didn't even expect for this to start happening. It's Luke 8:17. It says, "For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad." All right, and hey, your shame is being uncovered, is being exposed. All right, for the crooked, sexual deviant demons that you people are, man. All right. So hopefully that's what's happening. Lord will, you know, that this information is is brought to the forefront, and that, you know, and Trump, you know, he's controlled opposition. He has dirt on himself too. All right, so they're gonna they're gonna use him. All right, whether Trump stays in there or whether Biden, because they both got dirt on themselves. The elites got dirt all on these dudes, so they can use whoever. All right, but let's continue.
While the content is not officially permissible in court, but has thus far provided helpful information, the content is still being reviewed. Also, the point 3, as we have previously discussed, I can confirm that Trump has no less than 4 paths from which to choose to defend his position. The challenge has been deciding on which paths are most bulletproof. Unexpected turn of events at the rally has delayed the decision, as Team Trump is exercising great care in each step before the step is taken. And one thing I've been told quite extensively is you got to keep in mind, you never know what's going to happen. What will be the defense of the Democratic side, Biden's side? I've also been told that Biden's team is also very much involved in trying to get China to come in, that Biden has already reached out to China. And it's kind of funny because China has helped Trump with information against Biden, but yet Biden is reaching out to China to be able to try to get them to deal with what they perceive as going to be an insurrection, as going to be more violence, and they're wanting China to come in to help them.
So China is being used against both sides. You see all this backbiting, backstabbing, you know, two-facedness. You know, these people are showing themselves they're dirty, man. Politics is dirty. These governments, they're dirty. They all are corrupted, man. All right, but this is good. This is good information right here, man. That's letting you know that these devils finna turn on each other and try to take each other out. All right, and what is the scripture? What did Yahweh Shai say? All right, Matthew 12 and 25. And it says, and Yahweh Shai knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? All right. And of course, you read it in the NLT, it says, Yahweh Shai knew their thoughts and replied, any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed. A town or family splintered by feuding will fall apart. Okay. So this place is on the verge of, falling apart. It's doomed. The Lord doomed this place. And the Lord is putting a spirit on these leaders to cause this dissimulation. All right. Was that Proverbs 21 and verse 1? The Lord is stirring this confusion up, because this is how it has to play out. Proverbs 21 and 1, it says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. Showing you that the Heavenly Father is in control and all things obey his will. Okay, so the Lord is putting it into the heart of Trump to do what he's doing. All right. And they're turning on each other, man. He's doing whatever he can to try to stay in power. And he's trying to, make it a legal thing, So, let me get one more precept to that, showing you that the Lord, he's in control of everything. Let's go to Daniel 4 and verse I'll read 17, but the point is further down. I'll read verse 17. It says, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and set up over it the basis of men. And that's who you have at the top right now, a nation of base men, are men who really don't have any business ruling at all, but for the purpose of the Lord and his will and in prophecy, they had to be given that position. You see, all these pedophiles and child traffickers and sacrificers, they're at the top right now, but they're on the verge of being brought down. That's why the Lord is causing all this chaos and conflict within. Okay, and you can't continue to rule when you got this level of division. All right, now let me jump down to verse 30, 35. I'll start at verse 34. This is after the Lord plagued Nebuchadnezzar's ass and turned him into a straight up beast. He put him in a beast like state. This is Daniel 4 and 34. It says, and at the end of the days, I, Nebuchadnezzar, lifted up mine eyes into heaven, and mine understanding returned unto me. I blessed the Most High, and I praised and honored him that liveth forever, whose dominion is an everlasting dominion, and his kingdom from generation to generation. And these other nations are going to be humbled just like Nebuchadnezzar, and they're going to give all the praise and the honor to the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. All right, because the Lord's going to step in, and he's going to humble them. Verse 35, and here's the point. It says, and all inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing, and he doeth according to his will in the army of heaven. And that's talking about the angels. The Lord controls even the angels. It says, and among the inhabitants of the earth. And we're all inhabitants of the earth. And none can stay his hand or say unto him, what doest thou? All right. So the Lord, he controls man on the earth. Okay. We don't understand our own way. The Lord directs our steps. So the Lord is who's orchestrating this whole thing. and now you got troops on the ground. But let's finish a little more of this, and then we'll close out.
To put an end to that violence in the nation. Sort of a United Nations force, something I'd mentioned to you as well recently in another video. And as I told you that my uncle, when he shared that with me, they would come in as a peacekeeping force, and it would be under the auspices of civil war, civil unrest in the nation here. But in reality, it's going to end up being definitely not benevolent. It's going to be very much a bloodbath trying to disarm the nation. I was told that.
Yep. And Americans, but most of the American people are armed. So our resistance is definite. All right, especially Esau. Esau is gonna put up a fight. Whichever way it goes is definitely gonna be a bloodbath, man. All right, and it tells you that in Second Esdras, the 15th chapter, which we always bring out, that there will be a sedition among men. It's like I meant to go to our Bible. Go to Second Esdras 15. It's interesting how this is playing out, man. We're gonna see in the days ahead, what's gonna happen, man. It's Second Esdras 15 and 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be a sedition among men in invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power." All right, and that's what you see happening amongst these different political movements, these different militia groups with these different political beliefs, and you know, uh, the corporate back machine of mainstream media is deeming everybody that's under some type of umbrella or group. They're labeling them extremist groups. All right, hate groups, radical groups, extremist groups. They're just classifying everybody right now. Then and supposedly Trump tried to veto the NDAA, but it got overridden by the Senate. So pretty much everybody at this point is a potential terrorist according to that particular bill. Okay, so people are going to be they're going to be forced to defend themselves, and and that will lead to sedition. So that's why they have these troops on ground, because they're getting ready for whatever is getting ready to pop off. It's going to get so bad to where the troops are going to have to block off certain entrances into different cities. All right, verse 17: a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right, so martial law is what they're talking about. All right, and we don't know if this is you know uh verified, but we just know that people, a lot of these insiders, they're getting information that this is what's going on. But we shall see. Either way, prophecy is being fulfilled, and that's the beauty of it all, man. Prophecy is being fulfilled. The Lord is not prolonging His word anymore, man. All right. So let me close out with one last scripture. It's Luke 21 and verse 9. It says, "But when you shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by." All right. So we're coming into those times. All right, the end of all things is at hand. Therefore, let us watch unto prayer. All right. Hey, now is the time to be circumspect, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the times, because the days are evil. All right. It's about to be major changes throughout this year. So 2021. It's about to be a lot of strange shit going on. All right. A surprise turn of events taking place that people didn't see coming. All type of more psychological operations going on, more distractions. This is how they plan to roll this thing out, man. So we gotta, arm ourselves, with the armor of the Most High. All right, stay girded about with this truth, this knowledge, man. Putting on the helmet of salvation, the shield of faith, okay, the breastplate of righteousness. It's finna get thick, all right. And Lord will, these things are true, man. I really would love to see some action, all right. And allegedly Trump is getting it popping. We shall see, all right. But we see evidence that the troops are already on ground, all right. So something major is finna go down, all right. So hey, keep your head on a swivel, man. Stay watching, all right. Stay prayed up. And hey, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is gonna, do his part, man. All right, and if this is to wage war against the actual people, then you already know, man. The Lord is gonna lift up that standard soon. We expect to see power, man. All right, that's the new thing, man. Expect to see that standard, man. The Lord's gonna show his power. All right. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And to the next lesson, I say Shalom.